Let us solve the exercise number 3 in the part A of DBMS Lab. In this exercise, we are supposed to create a table called book using SQL command, and we are supposed to have the following fields inside the table. The fields are accession number, title, author, publisher, year, and price. And you are supposed to apply suitable structure for the column, as well as we are supposed to set the primary key and not null constraint, and then we are supposed to insert 10 records. After that, we are given 5 queries over here, and we are supposed to execute those 5 queries. So let's go ahead and let's start building the table now. So I'm going to go to the VS Code here, and within the VS Code, if you have installed the SQL developer, click on the Oracle SQL developer, and then select your connection, and this is my connection. Just click on it and it will get connected to the database. And if you look at the tables, it will show you all the tables that you have created, as well as some of the tables which are required by the Oracle. So let's go ahead and let's start creating a worksheet by clicking on the plus sign over here. So this is going to create a SQL worksheet. I will click on it, and then I'm going to click on this one, that is the SQL developer, so that it will hide the first part. Now we are supposed to create a table, and you know very well, to create a table we will use the create. Okay, so we will use the word create, and we are going to say table. So this is what they have said. So create table, and the name that is given by them is called as a book. So we are supposed to create a table called as a book. So I will create a table called as a book with the following fields. And what are the fields that they have specified? So these are the fields. I'm going to just copy them and then start using them, so that it's easier for me to just show the content. So I'm going to go over here. So the first one is the accession number. So I'm going to select this one, Control X, and I'm going to just paste it here. Okay, so Control V. So this is accession number. Now I cannot use the accession directly number. I will use accession underscore number, and I assume that accession number is a varchar, because accession number, if you have visited the library, you will come to know that accession number is not just a number, it is alphanumerical number. So I'm selecting the varchar 10, and in the question they have said that we are supposed to set the primary key. So I'm going to assume that accession number itself is the primary. Let me just type directly primary key. Okay, so that's done. So this is primary key. Let's look at the second one is the title. So second one will be the title. So I'm going to go over here, title, and I'm going to use the varchar 2 as my option, varchar 2, and maybe 100 characters. And they have also said that we are supposed to set the not null constraint. So I'm going to set the not null here. So not null for this one. And what else we have? So we have the public author. So let's get this author. So I'm going to just cut this one, Control X, and author, and I will just copy this whole thing again, Control C and Control V. This is again varchar 2, and maybe 50 characters you can take it, but I'm going to just take it as a 100 characters even for the author. Then we have the publisher. I'm going to use Control X here, publisher. So isn't that I've typed it. Again, I also assume that the publisher is also 100 characters. You can make it as 50 characters, but I just assume that that is it. And then we have year. So the year is the year of publication. So I'm going to just cut that thing year. So let's say year. I assume that this is a number because 1995, something like that. It's a number, and when you type the year 1975, 2020, like that. So four-digit, four numbers will be there. You can use varchar tool even for that. Then let's go to the next one is the price. The price, I assume that this is a number, and I'm going to use a 10 comma 2. Okay, so this is my table. So let's go ahead and let's start. I'm going to delete this one. These are all not required. So this is my table, and I'm going to just put a comma here if I missed that one. So accession number, title, author, publisher, year, and price. So select this one or click on this. Click on this to run it or control enter. All options are yours. Just select it and then just press control enter, and if everything goes fine you will see that the book is created. So your book is created. How do I know that the book is created? You are supposed to say describe the book. So you have to do it, describe the book, and just check. Just sorry, this is, I don't know what it did, but it did something. So this is the description for the book that I've just created. So you can see the table there. Also, if you want, if you know this one, you can say select table name, table underscore name from user underscore tables. Okay. And then you can run this query, and just to show your external examiner that there is a table called as book ABCD. There is a table called as a book. You can also click on here and click on money and then your name, and then click on the tables, and then you will find that ABCD. Where is the B is not there? If it is not there, just refresh it. Okay. And now you will see this is a book. If you click on this book, you will find that the book has so many fields and there is no data inside it. And if you click on the constraint, it will show you the constraint, primary key constraint, not null, and so on and so forth. So let's come back to the story of the script, and I have described the book. Now what is the next thing that they are saying? Next thing that they are saying is we are supposed to insert 10 records. So let's go ahead and insert 10 records. I'm going to say insert. So I'm going to say insert into book, and I'm going to say values. What are the values that we are supposed to do it? So let's assume that the first one is the accession number A. So I'm going to say A01 is the first accession number. You can type any thing here, accession number, because I have selected the accession number as varchar 10. So up to 10 characters, anything you can type. Then what we have is the title. So the second one must we must get it as title. So what you can say, uh, introduction to, let's say, introduction to DBMS. Okay, so introduction to DBMS. Maybe that's the title of this book. And let's say uh, who is the author. So this is the title is over. So title is over. Next comes is the author. Now who is the author? Now you can type any name. I'm going to say Navati. Next, so the author is over. Next is the publisher. So I'm going just to type the publisher. I'm going to say this is published by Tata McGraw-Hill. So I'm going to say Tata McGraw-Hill. So McGraw, okay, McGraw-Hill company. Okay, so that is it. Enough. Okay, so is it correct? Okay, MC. I think MC should be solved. McGraw-Hill. Okay, anyhow, some name, there's a publisher name. What is the next thing? So you have done this accession number, you have done the title, you have done the author, you have done, you have completed the publisher. Next left out is year and price. So year, let me say this was published in the year 2003. Then what is the cost of this? Let's 455 rupees 0.00. So this is the price of this book. Let me put a semicolon and let me just control enter here, and you must see that one row has been inserted. In the same way, insert the remaining row. I will cheat by copy pasting the remaining rows from my previously typed works. So just start typing it and then you are good to go. I will select all of them in excluding the first one because I have already created the first one. So then I'm going to press control enter, and you must be able to see all the records being inserted. So next thing that you are going to do is you are going to say select star from book, just to see that the things are working, and then just press control enter, and you must be able to see all the 10 records, 1 2 3 4 5 and the 10 records are being inserted into the table. Now let's go ahead with the next part. Next, you are supposed to execute 5 queries here. What are the things that they are saying? List the details of publishers having A as the second characters in their names. So the publisher name must have A in the as the second letter of their name. So publisher, so we have to go to the publisher and then we have to do that thing. So let's go ahead with our query. So I'm going to go with the query. So how can I do that thing? So we are supposed to select. So you said the select. So select a star from book. So as simple as that. From book, done. And we have to put the where condition. Where what? Where this publisher. So publisher. So what is that the publisher is doing? Publisher name must look like the second character. So look like. So publisher must look like what? The second character. So the first character is anything underscore, and the second character is a. Not this a. I think small a or capital A. Did I? I will type the small a. This is what they have said. So where is this? A small a. Okay, and then we have the remaining anything can come. So that is what they are saying. So anything, one character, then a, then anything. So just click on it and then just press control enter. And what you notice, if you look at the publisher here, so you notice this Tata. The first character is T, the second character happens to be A. That is what I am interested. So the second character must be A. Then anything can come. So the first character is, you know very well, the placeholder for one character is underscore. So that means anything before this, and then anything before this, then A, and anything that can come before that. So anything, when I say before, only one character is allowed because they said the second character must be this. So done with the first part. Let's look at the second part. Display the accession number, title, publisher, and year of the book published by the specified author before 2010. Okay, in the descending order of the year, and then what they said is accept the author during the runtime. So the author name must be accepted during the runtime. So let's go ahead and let's do that thing. So we need to display all these things. So I'm going to just copy this one in order for me to reduce my work. So control C to copy it. Let me go to the second query here. So what does this next query say? So you are supposed to select. So let me go with the select so many fields. So the accession number. So accession directly I can type it accession underscore number because I have created the accession underscore number. So accession number, title, publisher, there is nothing called and here, and then year, you have the year. From which table? From the book table. So this part is done from the book table. What is the condition? So what is the condition? The condition is where, okay, where, what is the condition? What are the conditions? Where the book must be published before 2010 and it must accept the author. So let's accept the author. So let's accept the author name. So I'm going to say where, okay, author. So what is the field name that you have here for author? So this is the field name. So author could be anything. Navate, Balguru Swami, and so on and so forth. So where I'm going to just press enter. So I'm going to write this where clause here so that you can easily follow what I'm typing. So where author author is equal to, we have to accept that author from the runtime. So accept the author during runtime. So how do I accept it? I'm going to say ampersand. Then I'm going to say author, let me type it in small case, author underscore name. So this will be a parameter that I'm going to use it at runtime. Okay, so let's look at what is the next thing. Then what they say, accept at runtime. And there is one other, okay, specified order in the descending order of the year. So next one is the descending order of the year. And I'm going to say and what is the next condition? Next condition is okay. So it must be, what is it? Specified before 2010. So this is the year must be. So year must be less than 2010. That is done 2010. So year is less than 2010 and in the descending order. So if you know very well, if at all I have to get something in the order, I have to go for the order by clause. So I'm going to say order, what is that? Order, okay, not ordered, what is this? Order by, what is this? Order by, what are they are saying? Descending order of the year, order by the year, order by the year in the descending order. How do you say DESC for descending order? Remember, you can write everything in one line, but I have split it into multiple lines so that it is easier for you to read. So accession number, title, publisher, year from the book, where author name is the one that I'm going to supply at runtime. Year must be less than this and in the descending order. So if you notice over here, Navate is published before 2010. So I'm going to run this query and I'm going to supply the name as Navate. So let's run it and let's see what is the option you are going to get. So author name is, I'm going to type here, double click here and then type Navate. So Navate, you know very well. Oh, I think it has come in other way around. Navate. Okay, so and then press apply and you must get the Navate. So this introduction to DBMS, you know very well. If you look at it here, introduction to DBMS by Navate. So this is the author name. Okay, now if you run this query again, what is going to happen? So if you press Control and enter, it will run and it will show the Navate again and again and again. So how do I break this? Remember, this particular variable that I have created or the parameter that I have created will be accepted only once until you log out from here. So until you say disconnect from here, it will be there. But how do I remove them from the memory? So this author name already has a name, and you know very well that name is Navata in our case. How do I say that? No, don't use the previous values, use the new value. How do I say that? So for this, you are going to say one word, and that word is undefined. What is the word? Define. Okay. Uh, the word that we are going to use is undefined. So what is the spelling you say? Okay, it didn't show me. So let's say undefined. What is a variable name? Author name. Author name. So don't use the ampersand, okay, and then just use this undefined author name. So you just select it. Hope my spelling is proper. I'm not very sure. And just control enter. Okay, nothing should happen in that case. And if you run it again, what must happen? You notice that this variable is undefined. It will ask you for the new name. What if I give a name? I have some name here. Okay, Tannenbaum. I give this name. The author name is Tannenbaum, and I think this is after 2010. I'm going to go with the Russell. Okay, so I will select Russell, and because it is 1985, so double click here, paste here, and then apply. You must get this Russell, and that is artificial intelligence. You can see here. I gave the name as Russell, artificial intelligence in 1985. So that is the author. If you give something, let me undefine, and control enter, and then select it, and then say control enter. Now if you give a name which is not there, surely this name is not there, and if I apply it, what's going to happen? You will not see anything as an output, because there is no matching for this criteria. And what is this criteria? Author name must be equal to the variable or the parameter value. So this completes the second query. Let's go to the third query. What is the third query? Modify the size of the title and increase it by 5. So let's look at the original size value. So if you notice the size value original, and what is the title, original title. If you look at this original title, this is 100. So I want to increase it by 5. So that's what the 5 characters. So 105. How do I make it as 105? What is the secret? Definitely you need to alter the table. So I'm going to say alter table. Okay, and the table name, what is the table name? Book. Alter table book, and we are supposed to modify. Okay, modify. What is that you are supposed to modify? Modify the title. So that is what they have said. Change the title. So we have a field called as title here. Can you see this title, which is 100 characters? So I will make it as something different. So modify the field name. What is the field name? Title. Okay, to a different value. So title is already how much? 100 characters, and what they are saying is we are supposed to increase it by one extra. So I'm going to say modify title varchar 2, and it is 105. So simple as that. So the size of what is the thing? The size of our title is 105. So let me put a semicolon, and let's come back here, and control enter, and you must get what is that? I am getting this one. I think control enter. I did something that I am not supposed to do it. Okay. So you notice that the book got altered. So let's look at this one. Remember, the one thing you must not forget is describe the book once it has been modified. So let me come back and press control enter, and you notice that the title is now 105. Previously the title was 100. Now I have increased the title by 5 by making it as 105. Now what's the next thing? Display the details of all the books other than Microsoft Press publishers. So we don't want Microsoft Press publisher book. How do I do that? So display all means you know very well. Display. So I'm going to say, how do you say that? Display is nothing but to select star, display all. So select star from the book. What is the condition? Where? What is the condition? Where? What is that they are saying? Where the publisher is not Microsoft. So simple as that. Where the publisher, so publisher, Publisher, publisher is not, so this is not equal to Microsoft Press publisher. So did I use that word Microsoft Press? I just used the word Microsoft Press. So I'm going to use this Microsoft Press. We are supposed to write that one as the author name, but I have not typed the author name as Microsoft Press publisher. So I'm going to use the Microsoft Press as my word. So I will select where is it gone? And it is not equal to Microsoft Press. So it should not be equal to Microsoft Press. That is it. So select everything from the book where publisher is not Microsoft Press. Anything other than Microsoft Press is valid. So let me just click there and control enter it, and you will notice that Microsoft Press, remember this Microsoft Press, where is the Microsoft Press? That is the C programming, that is C sharp programming is not there. After that data structure is there. So you notice data structure is there, but before data structure C sharp programming was not, it was there, but now it is not there because what I have done is I am not selecting the Microsoft Press uh, publisher. So this particular record I am not selecting. Apart from that, I am selecting all the remaining one. Let's go to the next one. What is the next thing that we are supposed to say? Okay, remove the records of the books published before 1990. So we are supposed to remove means we are supposed to delete the records. So let's go ahead and delete the records from my database. Remember, I'm going to just go here and I'm going to say select a star from book. Okay. Uh, just to show you that, let me put a semicolon. That's it gone. Okay. And control enter, and you notice that there are 10 records are there. So 10 records are there. Now I'm going to delete some records. So how can I delete the records? You know very well, to delete you have the word delete from the books table, from the book table. Okay, what is the criteria? Criteria is what is the criteria? The book must be published before 1990. So that is the case. So criteria is where, yes, year is less than 1990. Okay, book published that are published before, they said before, so strictly less than 1990. Okay, so that is what we are supposed to do it. Remember, we have 10 records here. Now if I delete some records which are, if you notice here, 1988, this record C programming will go. Then 1985, so this is artificial intelligence will go, and then I think nothing else will be there. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to use the press control enter, and where is it gone? Two rows are deleted. You notice the two rows are deleted. I'm going to select this one, and again press control and enter, and you notice that now before this, where is the thing before 1990, no books are there because I just deleted them from my table. So that's it. You're supposed to do it. So after your work is done, come to this one and then click on this commit to save all the changes. So click on this arrow mark here, to save all your work. So you have committed the activity, and then you come to click here, anywhere here, control ES. So what is the use of CTRL plus S? So you are supposed to save it. So save your work. So control ES, and then go to the location where you want to save it. So I'm going to say this is exercise A3. I'm going to directly saving it. Okay. So A3, you save it at a correct location as specified by your teacher, and then go here to the your connection here, and then disconnect the connection. Click here, and it will get disconnected. So that's all you are supposed to do. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the other exercise. Thank you.